Hey guys, welcome back to my channel today. In today's video, I'm so excited because I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 luxury makeup must-haves. This is a question I get a ton, you guys, and I'm going to treat this as kind of like the ultra luxury brands. These are not going to be items from Tarte, Too Faced, Urban Decay, things like that. I don't think they would qualify as luxury brands. This is like the designer houses, ultra luxury. We're talking some really, really great stuff today, so I am so excited. Before we get started, I do want to thank Michele Wang for collaborating with me on today's video. Michele is amazing. You guys probably know about her for sure. I hear a ton of you guys already rave about her. She is one of the people that actually inspired me to start my own channel. She's definitely an inspiration, and I was so lucky to get to hang out with her a couple of times over the last year. We shopped together in Vegas. It was fun. I highly recommend it. If you can hang out with Michele, she's pretty awesome. Her reviews are fantastic. You can absolutely tell her kindness and her knowledge through camera, and I just love watching her. So do check out her channel for her 10 luxury must-have products. We did speak before this, so we are actually doing 10 different items each. So go check them out because there's gonna be no repeat items, which is extra fun. I do wanna start with 3 foundation recommendations that I think are absolute must-haves in a collection, and this is very hard for me to narrow down because I have quite a few favorites in this category, and my style of foundation is kind of like a medium coverage where I can build it up in certain spots. It's definitely more of a glowier, more radiant finish on the skin. I'm not so much a matte finish girl, so these are going to be products that will be much more geared to that preference style. But the first one I want to talk about is right here, and this is from Tom Ford. It is the Soleil Glow Foundation. The shade that I wear is 4.0 Fawn. This is the foundation I have on today. So as you can see from my skin, I do have some highlight to the cheekbone, but I did not put any highlight on my forehead, let's say, on my nose, let's say, on my chin. You can see that there's some glow to my skin, and I do think it's because of this guy. All it does is make your skin look beautifully healthy. The coverage is definitely a medium to a full, more so on the medium side. This is a fantastic product, especially if you're looking for the type of foundations I'm talking about. This is a great one, and I love the packaging of this. The frosted glass is the extra touch. The next foundation I want to talk about comes from Guerlain. I feel like a ton of you guys were really excited about last year when it was first released, and this randomly was released to Canadians before Americans, and it was very, very odd for that. But Americans often get things first, so it was about time. Just kidding. But anyways, this is the Guerlain The Essential Natural Foundation. Once again, a very similar finish to the Tom Ford, but this is one I would say is a touch runnier, so a touch lighter on the skin than the Tom Ford one. The shade that I wear in this is 02C, so 02 Cool, basically. And the packaging of this is amazing. Once again, this is a medium coverage product. It does have a glow kind of capacity to it. These are both excellent options. Now, when it comes to my last foundation recommendation, I would absolutely recommend the La Mer Soft Fluid. I've talked about this for a long time. This one is coming to me in the mail, so I don't physically have it in front of me, but I've now gone through about 3 or 4 bottles of that foundation. The shade I wear is neutral. The one thing that makes that one different between the 2 that I talked about already is the fact that the texture of that foundation is more of like, it's not as runny, it's more of a thicker consistency than the other 2. But the medium coverage is still there. It has a teeny bit of a glow, but it's not as glowy as the other 2 I just mentioned. So it's more of a natural finish versus the glow factor to the skin, but it is one that just makes your skin airbrushed. Like, there's just a quality to it that makes the skin look flawless. And that is the foundation that if I have like a very important event where I am being photographed, especially close up, that's the foundation that I pick because I can tell close up it's gonna give me that airbrush look. These 2 are still gonna have a beautiful skin-like glowiness to the skin, but the La Mer has that flawless factor that you just can't match. Now when it comes to bronzers, I do have one that is kind of actually different for me and my channel. You guys know that I'm more so a powder girl versus a cream product girl, but this is a product that I've had now for a couple of years, and it's one that I keep going back to as well. So I do think that this is a standout product for the line, and this is the Chanel bronzing makeup base. This is the Soleil de Tan bronzer. This, you guys, is currently going to be repackaged. I believe the formula is going to stay the same, but Chanel did release an announcement saying that this is going to get a bit of a makeover. The formula, though, supposed to be the same. So we'll see kind of what happens with that, but I did know that that was the change that was happening. It's a gorgeous, sun-kissed, beautiful kind of bronzer. I apply it with a beauty blender. I know there's a ton of you that have asked me some questions about that, and for me, I just stamp it on a beauty blender and blend it out, and that's what I do. It's very, very easy. I find that this lasts a heck of a long time on the skin as well, and I do find that the finish is very natural looking. It's not a matte bronzer at all. It gives you a nice gleam kind of to the skin, and as you can tell, this is, you know, very much my style preference when it comes to a face and the base makeup I use. I do want to have a healthy look kind of on the skin, and I do want to have some glow. Not grease, but glow. So this is definitely a good option. The last base product I want to talk about comes from one of my favorite brands, Charlotte Tilbury. You guys know she is no stranger to my channel. I've talked about her tons and tons, and I would say her makeup line is fantastic. There are definitely more hits than misses. I do think that this is a standalone product though when it comes to some of her line. We'll be talking about one other thing yet, but this is something that I feel like is so effortless, so easy. This is the Filmstar Bronze and Glow Duo from Charlotte Tilbury. It has a bronzer and it has a highlight in here. And you guys, I can't rave about this enough. So if I'm choosing a bronzer that's powder, 9 times out of 10 it's this one, just because of how easy it is to use. It blends into the skin beautifully. It has that diffused kind of glow look. Based on my style, of course, I'm not one that has a chiseled contour. That's just not really me. So I go for an everyday kind of effortless look, and this is a fantastic duo to own. The highlight of this is also amazing. It's a gorgeous like champagne-y kind of gold, and it's very, very nice. It has like the light reflecting particles that you'd want in a highlight, but it's not streaky, it's not too glittery, like it just seeps into the skin and has that very beautiful illumination. So I really, really love this product. She does have it in a medium. I wish she would make it in a deep as well, because I do think there's going to be some people that will be missed from the shade range. So I'm really, really hopeful for that. But I do think that this is going to be a fantastic duo if you're interested in investing anything from her line. This is a fantastic option. Now let's talk about eyeshadow, and these two pieces are truly unique, something I think that are absolutely worth their price tags. The first one I want to talk about is from Tom Ford. If you guys do not have a Tom Ford quad, he has a quality to his quads to me. I feel like they're very effortless, smooth on the skin. They've got that nice gleam. Like I said, I mean, you guys know all these products kind of have a bit of a theme going, but one of the quads I wanted to highlight in particular is one of my absolute favorites from him, and this is number 4 Honeymoon. Take a look at the colors, you guys. These are beautiful, and this is something that you can use the top row for something so natural on the lid. You can add the pink or the purple for a date night. It's an incredibly versatile quad, and that's something that I love. If I'm gonna spend a ton of money on a quad, I wanna be able to have the flexibility that all of these colors kind of work together, because I'm not one to really appreciate truly a quad that has like a red, orange, yellow, green, or something like that, like a drastic difference with the shades. That to me is something that's a little harder for me to visualize a look, but when I see something like this, it's so easy to put a look together, and that's what I like to look for. It's fantastic, and I've definitely been getting my money's worth with this one. I do layer these under my Smashbox 24-hour primer. I have used these on a bare lid, and to be honest with you, I do find that towards the end of a 12-hour period, they are starting to crack, especially in between my crease area. I'm not one that's blessed with eyelids with no crease, so the primer helps immensely, and that's what I do for all my shadows now moving forward. But this, you guys, is a great, great option, especially if you're thinking about like a high-end quad and something to invest in that you can definitely see yourself using more than just one time. Now let's talk about the palette that is so, I feel like this is very highly wanted still. She's been selling out, restocking, selling out, restocking. This is from Pat McGrath, and this is the Divine Rose palette. I have a ton of shades in like the rose kind of theme. Not the exact shades in here, obviously, but I would say I have like a shade that's pretty close to that one somewhere, maybe pretty close to that one. Those are two mattes in the palette. This palette though, I think is worth the money for myself because of the uniqueness of this palette and the fact that the consistency of the shadows is amazing. In her 10-pan palettes, I have found personally that her mattes are a little bit easier to work with. I don't know if that's just in my head, but this is a palette that I can use everything really, really well. But for some reason, her smaller palettes have given me a hard time in the past. I think that this is a color scheme that's actually something that I could wear more than just a special occasion, and I'm also one that wears these types of colors, so that's why I've gravitated towards this one. So that is why I only own this one, and I do have one of her like 4-pan quads as well with the special formula, but this is the one that I would recommend like hands down because it's just got that perfect balance. I do want to talk about one mascara must-have that I think you guys really do need to check out if you haven't already, and that is the Dior Overcurl mascara. This is one of the, I guess, types of mascaras in the Dior Show line. So they have a ton already, but the Overcurl is special. The reason is because of the wand. It has a little bit of a bend at the brush point of the wand, so you can really just like grab all of your lashes in one single stroke or motion, and it helps maintain any curve. So if you have to curl your lashes at all, it helps maintain the shape, opening up your eye. It lengthens, it thickens, it volumizes. You guys, this is a dream product. This is something that I've just recently repurchased as well because I can't be without this product. There's a lot of other products out there that are great, but this is one that's outstanding to me. It's also been in my collection for a number of years. I feel like I've repurchased this probably 5 or 6 times. So I always get compliments when I wear it and people think that I'm wearing falsies, which I'm not. It's all part of the trick. Okay, now my last 2 recommendations for this video are lip products. Now, I do want to talk about Charlotte Tilbury first. This is a product that I love. I love her Matte Revolution line, which is her more matte finish. And her matte finish to me is still creamy enough that I personally do like wearing it. I did mention earlier in the video that I'm not so much a matte finish. That's for foundation and for lip products. But the Matte Revolution formula has that nice bridge of creaminess to it that I feel like it is one that I've really, really loved to use. So this is the color Pillow Talk, and this is just classic. This is probably, I would say, her most known shade for sure in her lipstick line. Definitely one in the Matte Revolution line that I think is fantastic. Her other lip formula, which like I said is the Kissing formula, has a much more creamy consistency to it. It is one that stays on the lips really well, and for such a creamy consistency doesn't really move around as much as you would expect. So I do really love this. This is the shade Angel Alessandra. It's from her Hot Lips collection, but it is in the Kissing formula. Very, very beautiful, great options in her line. She has a ton of pinks, a ton of beiges, a ton of nudes to choose from. I am almost positive that every single person would find their perfect nude in her collection because she's done pink so well, you guys, like almost overboard, but she does have a ton of options to choose from. My last recommendation is actually a very underrated luxury product in my opinion. I think more people need to talk about this because it's very much surprised me, and I do think it's something that is absolutely worth owning. That is the new Gucci lipstick, and the shade I have with this one is called Blaze of Moon. And this one is in the Rouge à Lèvres Satin, which is basically the satin finish. This is new for Gucci in so many ways. They've already made perfume, but now they've kind of recently expanded to makeup. And like, I'm blown away, I'm shocked. This is the lipstick I'm wearing today. So, so pretty of a shade. It has Gucci embossed into the like actual lipstick, which I do think is that extra touch. And the packaging is stunning. The attention to detail is fantastic. It's got a gorgeous, like heavy weighted gold feeling to it, but this one has like a pseudo stain that it leaves behind. Like it's almost like that Your Lips But Better as it wears down. So it's not like a weird, you know, kind of consistency as it wears away. It's just beautiful. So like I said, the shade I have is Blaze of Moon. I'd highly recommend it. It's so, so good, you guys. I can't wait to see what Michele has picked out for her 10 luxury must-haves. I know I'm gonna go get everything if I don't already have them. I really hope you enjoyed this video and that you found some potential new products to check out, and hopefully they will become faves to you like they have to me. Go check out Michele's channel if you haven't, and until my next one, guys, take care. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.
You and me, everything that we've been through has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way.